All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Sarafi, and I'm happy to meet you all. And today we're going to play some more Jeopardy because it's amusing and fun for me and my crew. Joining me today, I have three excellent contestants. Starting us off is the Galaxy Guru. Right. Hello, everyone. My name.
Hello, everybody.
This is Goldmine. He has been on my channel before, most notably when he was commenting on his expectations for Rush Duels before they came to Duel Links, and also when we played Ubel against Galaxy Eyes, and he got Drowning Mirror forced 4 times.
We don't talk about that part.
All right. Gold is responsible for the Cypher, Tachyon, Galaxy, and Photon archetypes in the guild. His channel is the Milky Way. He's more than happy to help people who are joining the game for the first time. Make sure to join the Guild of Gurus Discords in the description below. And Gold, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Pickles returning. Pickles was in striking distance of victory during round 2. Just got a little bit unlucky on some of the questions, and so he's back and ready to rip again. Pickles, of course, the gimmick puppet guru.
Yep, that's me.
All right, Pickles, are you ready to win tonight?
I'm sure it's all ready to try.
Excellent. And then lastly, we have not from the guild, but a member of the guild, as opposed to a guru, ExtraShoddy, who is a YouTuber as well. His channel link is in the description. ExtraShoddy, excellent content creator. Sir, thank you so much for coming out.
I mostly just loiter at Guild of Gurus.
Mm-hmm. Shoddy, your mic is a little bit it sounds a little bit back. Is there any way that you can amplify that?
How about now? Is this any better?
That is better.
Oh,
yes.
That's much better.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you. Just want to make sure that the audience can hear your answers. All right, great. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have 5 categories here. Of course, we have you guys with a buzzer. Anytime that you think you know the answer to a question, you can buzz in, but you must wait until I have finished reading the question before you can buzz.
Okay.
And then you must answer in the form of a question, except in the before and after category. That category is really weird, so people trip up on it a lot. I'm not going to be that strict on the before and after. But otherwise, answer in the form of a question, like what is, as opposed to the actual answer. And then also, you get points. If you get it wrong, you lose points. The categories, before and after, there will be 2 clues. The last word of the first clue will be the first word of the last clue, and you will merge them together. For example, if I said Kaiba's Ace Monster, the trap card that Pegasus used to stop Kaiba's Ace Monster, you would say, what is Blue Eyes White Dragon Capture Jar? Gold, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Banned cards. These will all be cards that have been banned for a significant period of time. So just like common TCG banned cards. Locked up. These are archetypes where you have an actual lock that prevents you from playing them, as opposed to like the Fiendsmith Horus stuff that gets played and everything. Anime trivia, self-explanatory. And lastly, last gasp. I will give you the name of a card with the last word omitted. You will tell me what the last word is. All right. Shoddy, as the guest, you are welcome to go first.
All right, let's go last gasp for 300.
Last gasp for 300. All right, be ready with your buzzers. Super Star Slayer Typhon Sky. Yes, Pickles.
What is Crisis?
That is correct. All right. Okay, Pickles, where are we going?
Let's do Last Gas 200.
Smoke Grenade of the... Yes, Shoddy.
What is Smoke Grenade of the Thief?
That is correct. All right, Shoddy.
Let's do last gasp for 100.
All right. 7 Tools of the... Yes, Shoddy.
Damn, you guys.
What is 7 Tools of the Bandit? You got to use a spacebar.
That is correct.
I'm on a phone, bro.
Fair enough. All right, let's finish up last gasp for 400.
Varudras, the final bringer of the end. Yes, Pickles.
What is times?
That is correct. All right, Pickles.
Well, I guess we can finish off last gasp.
All right, you guys are on a roll. Saravis the Ancient and yes, Shoddy.
What is Soravis, the Ancient and Ascended?
That is correct. 5 for 5, not bad. All right, that was a good category. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that one. And what else?
Let's go anime trivia for 100.
Okay. Varys is the leader of this cybercrime syndicate.
Oh shoot! I accidentally pressed it too.
That does not count, Goldmine.
Dang
Yes,
it.
Shoddy.
What is the Knights of Hanoi?
That is correct.
Fuck, how did I not remember that? I blanked.
All right, let's keep going. Anime trivia for 200.
All right. This duelist from Arc V couldn't let his hatred and pride go, and spent an entire season stalking another character after losing to him in a duel. When they finally found each other, this duelist got his revenge and claimed victory. Yes, Goldmine.
Where's Iggy?
That is incorrect.
Dang it.
I've not watched Arc.
Iggy lost both times that he dueled to Yuya. Shot of your Pickles?
And I know I have not watched Arc 5. I do not know this.
All right. The answer is, who is Sora Purse? Sora Purse.
Dang it!
Sora Purse
Oh,
lost
this was
to...
Sora with Ray Raptor guy, right?
Yeah. He had a huge
Shay.
grudge against Shay,
John.
and he went after him, and he beat him the second time.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Next, that's Shoddy. Shoddy is still in control of the board.
Okay, let's do anime trivia for 300.
This was the title Akiza Izinski was known as before she met Yusei. Yes, Shoddy.
Who is the Witch of the Black Rose?
I will take that. I believe I can't remember.
Which of the Black
exactly.
Rose is a card?
I'm pretty sure she's called the Black Rose Witch, but I think that's close enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, go ahead.
All right, we'll do anime trivia for 400.
All right. This card was used to nearly destroy Seto Kaiba's entire internal computer system by infecting with a virus after it was activated inside of Kaiba Land during the Grand Tournament. Yes, Shoddy.
What is the Golden Castle of Stromberg?
That is correct.
Damn.
Let's do anime trivia for 500.
In addition to Jessie Anderson, Yubel possesses this character in the GX anime as a body to duel with before she regains her true form.
I've not watched GX either.
I know what character it is. I forgot the name. I know which character you're talking about.
Yeah, that is kind of the problem with that's why this is a 500 question. This character is not like he's not in Duel Links. It's not a very well known
I
character.
know what character you're talking about. I just don't remember his name specifically.
I'm
All
not
right.
positive on it, and I don't want to risk it.
10, 9, 8.
I think we're all in agreement.
7. All right. Who is Marcel Bonaparte?
Who the fuck is that?
I was so close. I was just missing that last piece.
Like I said, Marcel is not in Duel Links, so if you haven't watched the anime, you don't know who he is. He played Exodia. All right. Okay. Shoddy?
Let's do before and after for 100.
Okay. Destroy a monster to banish 2 cards. A searcher used in Tri Brigade. I guess
Tri Brigade Hit.
That is
It's 2
not how the
cards.
category works.
So before and after, there's two cards that are being used together, and the last word of the first card is the first word of the last card.
Destroy a monster to banish 2 cards. Huh.
All right, I will not count this against Gold. I tried to explain the category, but that's fine. He gets 1.
Alright.
All right, it's time for the others. This is what is Runic Flashing Fire Formation Tenki?
I knew it was tanky. I just couldn't figure out what the first one was.
Yep, destroy a monster to banish 2. That is Runic Flashing Fire. Okay, Shoddy.
Before and after 200.
Win the game with this card in your hand. Neither player takes damage for 2 turns. Yes, Shoddy.
Who is Exodia the Forbidden One Day of Peace?
That is correct. All right. Okay, Shoddy, go ahead.
Okay, I understand it now.
Okay, let's do before and after for 300.
Pay 700 life points a turn. Tribute a monster to destroy a monster. Yes, Shoddy.
Dude, how are you?
What is Imperial Order to Charge?
That is correct.
You even get a chance to process the question.
Hold on. That. Okay, yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, go ahead, Shoddy.
Before and after for 400. I'm gonna switch to mouse. Spacebar is a little too much.
Takes all attacks while in defense position. Normal summon a level 10 monster.
I think I know what the second part is.
So if you know what the second part is, then you know what the what the last word of the first part is.
Yeah.
Anyone got a guess?
Nope.
Gold?
I think I only know the first part.
All right. What is Hamon, Lord of Striking Thunder Speed Summon?
Oh, okay, so I didn't have the second part right.
Never mind, I didn't have the first one at all, bro.
I was thinking Night Express Knight.
Night Express Knight, all it does,
Super Heavy Samurai.
all Night Express Knight does is you can summon it without tributing, and its attack becomes 0.
Yeah, so it says you can normal summon it without tributing.
Yeah.
So that's why I went to that.
Oh, no, yeah, no, normal, yeah, no, there's a spell, yeah, Thunder Speed Summon, literally the only effect is normal summon a level 10, that's all it does.
Okay then, let's do before and after, 500.
Revives from graveyard as many times per turn as you can afford, makes all your plant monsters the same level.
I got no idea.
I know the first one, but I don't know what the second one is.
Makes all your plant monsters the same level.
Mm-hmm. Yes, do you know a plant exceeds deck, Pickles?
I know. Don't give me hands. I know Atlantic Seas deck. I just don't know. I don't know what card it's referring to.
Fair enough.
Because there's a couple cards that can change levels, but none of them I'm thinking of that can start with that word.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is Fairy Tale Snowdrop the Ricka Fairy?
I was thinking Soul Charge. Okay.
I was thinking Soul Charge too.
So Fairy Tale Snow can revive itself as many times as you can afford. That's why it's banned. And then Snowdrop the Ricka Fairy does let you target a plant monster to make all plants you control that level. All right. Okay. All right, Pickles. All right,
Well, we
Pickles,
both went to Soul
Shoddy, where are we
Charge.
going?
Who's choosing again?
Shoddy.
You.
Okay, banned cards for 100.
All right. This extra deck monster possesses a powerful floodgate ability on its own that would already warrant at least a limit 1, but the fact that its effect is a soft once per turn meant that if you were able to make 2 of them, you could repeat the effect to lock your opponent out of their entire turn in most matchups. Yes, Pickles.
What is Shockmaster?
That is correct. Nice one. All right, where are we going, Pickles?
We've been going so orderly for the entire time. We're gonna shake it up. We're gonna go to locked up for 300.
All right. Remember, this is archetypes that have a lock. The archetype of level 1 monsters that this monster belongs to didn't used to lock itself out of anything relevant, but this powerful engine card was added to try and persuade people to play the deck pure, despite it not locking you out of the extra deck at all.
Monsters. Try and persuade people to play the deck. Oh wait, I might know. Wait, which one is it that does that? I know what the card is. I just cannot, for the life of me, remember the name.
This is probably the hardest question on this board.
You know what it? I know the card. I know it. I just, for the life of me, can't remember the name, and I'm worried I'm mixing it up with a different card.
Shoddy, you want to take a guess?
Nope.
All right, Goldmine.
I have no idea.
All right.
Can I say what I think it is before you reveal it?
Sure, you could. Yeah, for no points. Yeah, go ahead.
It's the yellow Lyrilusk that summons a Lyrilusk from grave.
No,
that
that
locks
card
into Exceed.
absolutely locks you out of the extra deck. That card locks you into Exceed summoning.
Oh, I was thinking of the question wrong then.
What is Drytron New 2? So Drytron New 2.
Oh.
So Drytrons did
No,
not
I
used to lock
understand that
themselves,
now.
which is exactly why they got played with Herald of Perfection. Then they released this card, and it says, if you use this card's effect this turn, you cannot ritual summon except machine monsters.
What a weird ass restriction.
I know.
Why can't you just say like only special machines or something? I don't know.
Girl, can you play Jeopardy? We are playing Jeopardy right now, yes. Alright, okay, Pickles, go ahead.
Banned cards for 400.
That is the daily double on this board.
Great.
Alright, so you can wager up to 1,000 points, and only Pickles gets to answer this question.
You know, let's do 600.
600, got it. This card is arguably the reason why Konami chose to make the Kashtira monsters all level 7. It existed in the game as a somewhat annoying, weaker version of Kashtira Unicorn until the real Unicorn came out in 2022. And at that point, it terrorized players' extra decks and main decks until it was promptly banned a short time later.
Oh my god.
I will be very generous here. The card's name is very long. As long as I know that you're talking about the right card, I'll give it to you.
I know it's I know what the card is. I'm just blanking on the first word. Okay. What is Diablosis, the menacing mind hacker?
Number 89, Diablosis the Mind Hacker, is correct. So
I added menacing in there for no reason, apparently.
that is fine. I'm going to give it to you. All right. So there we go. Good job, Pickles. We finally had someone get a daily double right for once. All right, Pickles now in striking distance of ExtraShoddy. Pickles, where do you want to go?
Let's go banned cards 200.
Okay. This absurdly powerful floodgate prevents monsters of a single attribute from activating their effects for the rest of the turn, which was strong but tolerable until Virtual World came out. At that point, 2 of them started hitting the field, and then the card was quickly banned. Yes, Shoddy.
Dang it!
Who is True King of all calamities?
VFD is correct. All right. Next up.
Okay, let's go banned cards for 500.
All right. What is Crisis? Hello, Marisol. I think you're a little bit behind. It's easy to see why the person who designed this card thought it would be only slightly okay, seeing as you get value for the start of your opponent's turn until your next standby phase. But even before the existence of many hand traps, the ability to simply send the card to the graveyard and keep the 4 cards you drew made this card far too powerful to keep in the game. Yes, Shoddy.
What is Mirage of Nightmare?
That is correct.
I once again knew the card, didn't know the name.
Fun fact, that is
Mirage.
one of my favorite banned cards. I love Mirage of Nightmares.
It's one of the only a banned card combos that was in GX, if I remember correctly. If you don't count singletons like Pot of.
It was. Jenny used that combo a whole lot.
Marisol is just barraging these last gasp questions 20 minutes after we've asked them. All right. Okay. Go ahead. Who got it right? Shoddy? Shoddy, go ahead.
Let's do Locked Up for 200.
All right. This archetype has Macrocosmos, Skill Drain, and Imperial Order, but despite all the floodgates, it remains a fan favorite. Yes, Goldmine.
How the hell would you?
What is Heroes?
That is correct.
Oh no, that makes sense.
Goldmine is back in the black, sir.
Wait, which is the card that stops traps?
Plasma, Dark Law, and
Imperial Order stops spells, not traps.
Oh right, fuck me.
Yeah. So Imperial Order, that's the Destiny Hero Dark Angel. Okay, go ahead.
Only stops the
yeah.
first spell.
Dark Angel, Plasma, and Dark Law.
Yep. All right, go ahead, Gold. You get to choose where we're going.
Man, can we go for a ban card for 300?
Yes. This card was banned for the same reason Pot of Greed was banned, but in reverse. Just like the player going first starting with 6 cards instead of 5 was too good, so was the player going second starting with 4 cards instead of 6. Yes, Shoddy.
What is Delinquent Duo?
That is my most favorite banned card. It's an excellent card. Okay, go ahead, Shoddy.
All right, let's do Locked Up for 100.
All right. This archetype has a powerful rank 8 engine, the ability to summon from hand and deck, and a searchable trap card that takes control of an opponent's monster. However, since none of its monsters have a negate, it can be very difficult to build a strong end board. Yes, Pickles.
What is Gimmick Puppet?
That is correct.
That's me.
All right, Pickles, where are we going?
Locked up 400.
This archetype is well known for being one of the most aggressive synchro decks ever printed. It never had a reliable way to summon one of its most powerful boss monsters, which unfortunately found itself banned thanks to the release of Crimson Dragon, which allowed decks outside the archetype to abuse it. Yes, Shoddy.
What is Resonator?
That is correct. Yes. All right, Shoddy, where are we going? Oh,
I was about to get Synchron.
Yeah, I wonder where we're going. Buzzer, buzzer, buzzer.
This archetype is very unique for being one of the only decks in the game whose main lock applies to both players, giving it one of the cheekiest and most effective outs to Nibiru that exists. Yes, Pickles.
What is Sprite?
That is correct. Sprite locks
didn't know
people
that
into level 2
Yeah,
monsters.
Gigantic Sprite locks both players to level 2s, so if you don't Nibiru before they use its effect, you can't.
Yep. All right, let's see. Okay, that was a good starting point. So at the end of the round, Goldmine at 0. At least he's not in the negative. Pickles at 2,000.
Yes.
And ExtraShoddy at 3,500. We do have the double Jeopardy round next. And that is where all the points are worth double. And there are 2 daily doubles on the board. All right.
At least nobody's at negative 20,000. If you know what I mean, wink.
Yeah, I remember. Let's see. Okay.
I'm not that bad, I promise. I'm not that bad.
You're doing great, Gold. You got 1 question wrong and 1 question right. That's normal. Yours, which is just...
You close your screen.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. You guys have to see it. Hold on a second.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be preferable.
There you go. All right. Round 2,
All right.
we have Dragon Link. That's just Dragon Link, the deck. Generic battle traps. These are the most generic. I understand that there's like 1,000 cards that have this effect that, you know, in addition to the other effects they have. The cards that I'm going to tell you, this effect is the only thing they do. So it's not like an archetypal thing. We're talking about battle traps. Then dueling staples. The Unforgot 10. Every answer is a rank or level 10 monster. And stop hitting yourself, paying life points, or causing harm to yourself in some way. All right. Goldmine, you are in last place, therefore you get to choose where we're going.
Let's go for a generic battle trap for 400.
This card destroys a monster that declares an attack. Yes, Pickles.
What is Sakuratsu armor?
That is correct. All right, Pickles.
Stop hitting yourself for 200.
This card requires a high cost of 2,000 life points, but its effect can be game-winning, in particular if your deck contains both Red Eyes Black Dragon and Dark Magician. Yes, Pickles.
What is Predaplant Verte Anaconda?
That is correct.
Oh,
All right, Pickles, go ahead.
Dragon Link 600.
These two monsters come as a package deal, allowing the Dragon Link player to easily set up multiple Link summons while also setting up the graveyard with good banish targets. Not surprising that they get limited and banned together too. Yes, Shoddy.
What is White Dragon Wyverbuster and Black Dragon Collapse Serpent?
That is correct. All right, great job, Shoddy. Now where are we going?
Let's go Dragon Link for 400.
All right. Dragon Link is a pile, and that includes a pile of field spells. They play Boot Sector Launch, Dragon Ravine, and this card, which allows them to easily search powerful extenders like Chaos Dragon Levianeer. Yes, Shoddy.
What is Chaos Space?
That is correct.
Okay.
Okay, let's do generic battle traps for 200.
This card destroys all attack position monsters your opponent controls. Yes, Pickles.
What is Mirror Force?
That is correct.
Let's go generic battle trap 600.
This card banishes a monster that declares an attack. Yes, Shoddy.
What is Dimensional Prison?
That is correct. All right, Shoddy, where do you want to go?
Generic battle traps are 800.
This card shuffles any monster into the deck when a monster on either side of the field declares an attack. Yes, Gold.
What is Drowning Mirror Force?
A
Either
monster,
player.
not all monsters.
Oh,
Yes, Pickles.
What is Jelly Cannon?
That is correct.
dang it.
I'm sorry, it says either player. I cannot attack you and then drowning you.
Jelly Cannon has been referenced.
Well,
Alright, let's finish off battle traps.
all I saw was the shuffle.
Oh, buzzer.
Yeah, the buzzer, yeah. Flippy, this is the first Jeopardy-related content I watched since I was a kid at my grandparents'. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I've had a lot of fun making these, and I assume that all of my players are enjoying it as well. Is that right, guys?
I'm doing
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. Who won that one? Pickles.
Me. We're gonna finish off traps.
Okay. This card increases your life points by the attack of a monster that attacks you, and nothing else. Yes, Shoddy.
I thought I knew it, and then I realized something
Yeah,
was wrong.
I have a feeling I knew what you thought it was.
What is Enchanted Spear?
That is incorrect. Yes, Gold.
What is Enchanted Javelin?
Enchanted Javelin is correct. Yes, it is not Draining Shield.
I knew the card. I knew the card.
No, I know. It's just that Pickles was saying, yeah, I thought I knew what it was, and it's not that. Yeah, exactly. That's why I had to differentiate between the two of them.
Well, my mind went to Rainbow Life, honestly.
Rainbow Life is all attacks.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
That's why I realized.
All right, go ahead, Goldmine. You get to choose where we're going.
Let's do Dueling Staples for 600.
Great. Arguably one of the most successful special set cards Konami has ever released. Special sets are the ones that you can buy like 17 packs in this card. This card sees play in plenty of decks, and not just decks that can search it with a skill. As long as you don't have a limit 1 or a skill that locks you out of fusion summoning, this card may improve your win rate. Yes, Pickles.
What is super polymerization?
That is correct. All
Let's
right.
go dueling staples for 400.
That is the first daily double.
Bam, bam, bam.
So you can wager up to 2,000 points. You are currently in the lead at 4,200.
We're gonna do 700.
700 points. Different Xyz decks are powerful at different times, but it seems rank 4 rarely goes out of style. Because of that, this card has seen a lot of play off and on since its release, especially in graveyard-heavy metas.
What is Abyss Dweller?
That is correct. Up to 4,900. All right, Pickles, where are we going?
Dueling staples for 200.
This card remains to this day the third most popular card in Duel Links, despite seeing next to no play in Master Duel. No point in discarding it to destroy a trap if no one ever sets any traps, I guess. No point in discarding to destroy a trap.
There's one card I can think of, but I'm not entirely sure if it fits. It's definitely no. That's definitely not it.
10, 9,
Really hesitant,
8,
so I'm gonna pass.
7, 6, 5,
How
4,
do I not know this?
2, 1. What is Nightmare Phoenix?
Oh,
It's the
Will
it's,
still play in
no,
Master
no,
Duel?
no.
I'd argue it's fairly popular.
it does not see that much play in Master Duel. I don't see it anywhere.
It's the
I have
common
not
link
seen
when
that
you're going
Nightmare Phoenix as much in Duel Links anymore.
I'm just looking at the Duel Links meta website, and even though it's not summoned as much as it
I
used
can't
to.
believe
I
that's
agree.
the third
It is
most
still like the
popular
third.
card.
That's
Is
what
it the third most popular monster or third most popular card?
third most popular card according to hold on. Let me just-
Really?
Yeah, hold
it
on one
doesn't
second.
cost you that much to run, and it's.
I did not think it'd be top 3, especially with like Hero being the best deck right now.
Yeah, right now. So the most popular card is also on this list. Then we got Effect Veiler, and then Nightmare Phoenix. Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
Fascinating.
All right. Okay. Pickles, go ahead.
Dueling Staples for 800.
This powerful staple features multiple benefits to offset its horrific costs. Your opponent cannot react to it, it doesn't target, and it can negate multiple monsters. Still, it is a bit shocking that a card that could require you to go up to -4 would see play in a game with a reduced hand size. Yes, Shoddy.
What is Forbidden Droplets?
That is correct, and that is the most popular card in Duel Links right now.
Only I could afford it.
Alright, let's do Duel Links staples for 1,000.
One of Duel Links' longest lasting and most consistent staples, it stubbornly dodged the ban list for years until it was finally power crept by its AoE retrain. But its ease of use and numerous printings have left it a go-to for many players in more casual lists, even today. Yes, Pickles.
What is Book of Moon?
That is correct. Alright. Go ahead.
Wasn't that 1,000?
That was 1,000. You're up to 5,900.
Okay, yeah. But what is? We'll do Dragon Link 200.
Okay. Because of this card, Dragon Link plays a 1-for-1. It gets you a Link 1 and a powerful extender just off a normal summon, and it's not even once per turn. Yes, Pickles.
What is Black Metal Dragon?
That is correct. Oop.
Oh.
Alright.
Dragon Link 800.
Trap cards tend to be ignored in modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, but this particular trap has seen some play in recent Dragon Link decks as a searchable way to add an additional Omni-Negate to your end board. What is Black Metal Dragon? That is correct, Thunder Marisol. I think Gold would probably be the only one who could get this, but...
Searchable. That's the part that's throwing me.
Marisol knows. Yes,
I think Max Melmorph. I'm gonna take the risk. Max Melmorph.
Max Metamorph is correct. Great
You
job,
didn't
Gold.
say what it is though.
He didn't let me.
Is
He
that
didn't let me
the
buzz
way?
him in either. So it's fine. All right, go ahead, Gold. Where are we going?
Can we do Unforgotten for 200?
This monster has cards to special summon itself from the hand, deck, and graveyard, but no other main deck monsters in Archetype. That might be why it's usually paired with so many floodgates. Yes, Shoddy.
What is Eldritch the Golden Lord?
That is correct. I am screaming at the screen, Thunder Marisol says. Go ahead, Shoddy.
What on the Unforgotten for 400?
This monster is a staple of Earth Machine decks for its ability to destroy all monsters the opponent controls on their turn, as long as you have a powerful enough monster on your own field to target. Yes, Shoddy.
What is Machina Citadel?
Machina Citadel is correct.
Why are you clicking these?
All right, the Unforgotten for 600.
This monster is used in an infinite loop alongside Makuria the Destructor, Chain Material, and Fusion Gate to create a continuous cycle of summoning and recycling itself. Yes, Shoddy.
How would you know this?
What is Elemental Hero Electrum?
Elemental Hero Electrum is correct, and that
What
puts
even
Shoddy,
is that card?
Shoddy and Pickles are now tied for first.
Let's do Unforgotten for 800.
This monster's ability to negate spells and traps is not once per turn, making it incredibly difficult to play around. It's balanced around the fact that you need to use 2 Synchro monsters as fusion material to make it, but Waking the Dragon doesn't care about that. Yes, Shoddy.
What is Naturia Exterio?
Naturia Exterio
Oh my
is
God.
correct.
Dude.
Okay, let's do Unforgotten for 1,000.
You can't cheat this monster out, but you don't have to actually summon either of its materials if you get lucky enough to draw them both along with a fusion spell. It has an Omni Negate and the ability to float into both of its absurdly difficult to summon fusion materials, making it a powerful boss monster for a terrible deck. Yes, Pickles.
What is Red Eye's Dark Dragoon?
That is incorrect. Dragoon is level 8, by the way.
Hmm.
And Dragoon doesn't float.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shoddy?
I think I don't know the name for certain. I know the materials, but I'm not going to take the risk.
The name is very weird.
You're
I've never said it.
1,800 points ahead. I feel like you can take it.
Gold?
I don't think I know it either.
Shoddy?
What is Superconductor Imperium Magnum?
That is not the name of the card.
That is not. I did get. I was generous with you though. You got Mind Hacker wrong. Okay, fine.
I added
What is
one extra
Imperion
word, but-
Magnum, the superconductive battle bot? That is correct, Shoddy.
One of the first times I went to locals, someone summoned that to me with Fusion Gate, and I thought, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. It just makes me wish that the Magnet Warriors got like support to actually play them.
Yeah.
All
Let's
right.
do Stop Hitting Yourself for 400.
You will quickly exhaust your resources unless you dig up the treasure from your deck, whose mere presence in your hand allows you to avoid any life point costs for all the cards in its archetype.
No. I should know this. Oh.
Yes, you should.
You can quickly exhaust your resources until you dig treasure from your deck, which mere presence allows you. Yeah, I got no idea.
Right.
Yes, Shoddy.
What is
Of course.
Millennium Ankh?
Millennium Ankh is correct.
Let's do Stop Hitting Yourself for 600.
Though its own effect to pay life points is rarely used, it sees a ton of play in all sorts of decks that require heavy life point costs, and is a one card wall and a 1-card finisher. Yes, Pickles.
What is Psychic and Punisher?
Technically, you did not let me finish answering the question, but that is correct. All right.
Then you just move on to the next person. You don't Okay.
I gave it to you. It's fine. Just be
stop
careful.
hitting yourself for 800.
For just 1,000 life points, you too can shut off the effects of every monster on the field with this card. Yes, Gold.
What is skill drain?
That is correct.
Oh, yeah, that should have been then.
All right.
Good one.
Gold, where are we going?
Let's do Dragon Link for 1,000.
Dragon Link for 1,000 is the second daily double on the board. Goldmine, you can wager up to 2,000 points, even though you don't have 2,000 points currently. So any number between 100 and 2,000.
All right. Wait, I got the same number.
Yeah, you have to choose before you see the question.
I'm gonna put up 500 points. 500 points.
500 points, okay. Dragon Link is one of the best way to play Bestials as a full control deck, rather than just a few pieces of disruption. In particular, it is because of their access to this card, which allows them to search the Bestial Lubellion at the cost of 1 or 2 cards from their hand or field.
Oh, yeah, I know what this is. Okay.
Ringden.
No,
never mind.
you are the only person who can answer this question.
Okay. Well, let me remind myself.
Marisol is correct.
What's Chaos Space? I'm gonna just take the risk.
Chaos Space was an answer to another question in the same category, so that's obviously not correct. I'm going to let you guess again.
Okay. What is? I feel like I know it, but
You should know it.
since I played Dragon Lake. Oh, okay. What is Starly Safer?
Starly Safer is
There you
correct.
go.
I have to remind myself.
I was about to say, Gold, I know that you've played this card more than anyone else in this call. Marisol, Gold, you play this card too, in all caps. Okay. Alright, last question.
I'm sorry.
This monster can technically be used to return a spell or trap to the hand, but the main reason it sees play is to allow the monster it uses as material to dodge Effect Veiler and Infinite Impermanence.
Oh.
It uses as material.
Yeah, so it's something that has an effect when it's out of material.
Oh.
It's hard because I can't even picture what deck has a card that does this.
Error.
I'm
Damn, that's a lot of
struggling
points
too.
in play. Yes, today has been a real back and forth. There have been a lot of people doing really well. All right, I'm going to call it... Gold, you have disconnected from the buzzer. You need to reconnect from the buzzer.
Oh, I have. Oh, my bad. My
It
bad.
doesn't matter. This is the last one, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, true. All right. The answer is, what is Masked Hero Blast? So,
Oh, man.
Masked Hero Blast... Master Hero
Why was
Blast
I
only...
thinking material?
Master Hero Blast only sees play because you can because it's a target for mask change, so that if you summon Stratos and your opponent veilers it or imperms it, you can use mask change to take it off the field, so it's not a valid target.
And it costs life points. That's the important bit.
Yes, it does. Yes, you do pay 500 life points to bounce the spell or trap to the hand if you use the effect. All right. Okay, so from our for our last point of Double Jeopardy, Goldmine is in third place at 2,300. Pickles is in second place at 5,700, and Shoddy is at third place at 8,300, or first place at 8,300. All right, let's get started with Final Jeopardy.
Or however the theme song goes, I don't know.
All right, let's see.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
Hold on,
we can
one
see
second.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I do. I guess we do need to see.
All right. So for the final Jeopardy category, we have World Legacy. Each of you will need to DM me your wager. As a reminder,
Yeah, okay.
As a
there
reminder,
a
Gold, you
limit?
have 2,300. Shoddy, you have 5,700. Or Pickles, you have 5,700, and Shoddy, you have 8,300. Damn, I joined right at the start of Final Jeopardy. Oh God, World Legacy. Yep. Heck yeah, I know World Legacy. All right. Let's see. Okay. I've got Gold's wager, and I've got Pickles' wager. I just need Shoddy's.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay. All right. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to post the question on the screen, and then you guys will DM me your answer. You will have 3 minutes. The World Chalice group consists of 5 spirited individuals. Ib, the Gentle Priestess, Avram, the Brave Chosen, Girsu, the Stoic Warrior, Lee, the Great Deceiver, and finally, this individual, whose loyalty to Avram would never waver.
Oh, there's like... The thing is, there's different forms of each character.
Yes, this
So I
says
don't
World
exactly
Chalice.
know which one you're asking.
It says World Chalice. We're not... Yes, so the category was World Legacy. The question specifies World Chalice.
I DM'd the answer.
Thank you.
Okay, give me just a second.
It's clearly Augusta. It is not Augusta, girl. Thank you very much for your contribution.
All right, I've sent my answer.
All right, and Pickles.
Sent.
All right. Okay. So let us get started. So in third place, we have Goldmine with 2,300 points. Goldmine's response is, what is Imduck? Imduck, the World Chalice Guard Dragon, is correct. And Goldmine wagered 1,000, bringing his total up to 3,300 points. Congratulations, sir. Next up, in second place, we have Pickles. Pickles wagered 3,000 points and said, what is Imduck, the World Chalice Dragon? That is correct. And Pickles wagered 3,000 points, which brings his total to 8,700 and places him in the lead. And lastly, we have ExtraShoddy, who stated, who is not Hazy Flame Beyblade, but instead Imduck. So that is correct, and ExtraShoddy wagered 0 points, which means that Pickles is our champion.
All right. Also, this is the answer I sent, by the way.
Whoa! The background mode! Can't see nothing!
You literally sent a screenshot.
Yes, he literally sent a screenshot.
I'll make this a Photoshop real quick.
All right. Okay, there you guys go. I hope you guys all enjoyed. What a congratulations to everybody. My name is Sarafi. I was thrilled to have all of you with me.
It's good to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Glad to be here.
Mm.